I've made this little video to show you that even if you don't have the pedal interface, you can still use some pedals with your MIDI module. Notice that we have our mode 3 selected on our Q174 MIDI module, and with the mode 3 selected we get a CC4, a CC7 and a CC1 output on those three connectors that are shown right there on the screen. Now the blue cable is plugged into the bottom one, which is CC4, and the hold pedal normally produces that. So I'm going to show you now on the meter where that blue cable's connected. The end of the blue cable just goes into a standard phone jack, and we've got some alligator clips there connected to our meter, as you can see, and it's reading 4.4 millivolts. 4.4 millivolts on the meter, which is basically the equivalent of 0. So we get 0 when the hold pedal is not pushed. Now over here you can see we have a EV5, Roland EV5 volume pedal, and the DP10 hold pedal. So now I'm putting my foot on the hold pedal and pushing it down. See, I'm pushing it down. Now when I push it down, you see the meter goes to 5 volts, 5.03 volts there flashing on the meter. Okay? And when I release the pedal, it goes back to the 4.4 or 4.5 millivolts. Okay? 5 volts, 0 basically, and 5 volts on the whole pedal. Now what about the swell pedal? We're going to transfer the EV5 volume pedal and show you how that operates as well. So we take it out of that and we put it into the one above. Okay, so we've plugged it into the one above, which is the CC7 output of the Q174. Now when the pedal is completely up, we're reading 34.7 millivolts, 34.78 millivolts, and as we push the pedal down, that increases. Okay, there it's reading 1.2. My foot is on the pedal, and as I push it down to the bottom, it goes to 4.95. as you can see. It's now at the bottom. The pedal's flat, completely pushed down, and we're going to raise it now. We're going to raise it again. 4.95, there you go. Raise it a little bit. 3.57. Raise it a little more. 1.674. Raise it a little more. 0.737 of a volt. 267 millivolts. And bring it completely up. And it's gone back to the 34.9 millivolts. So that's our variable control that moves between virtually 0 and 5 volts, whereas the other one is a switch. Okay? Now you might say to yourself, well, this is the same functionality as the pedal interface, but in actual fact, do these pedals actually interfere with the playing? In other words, when we have our keyboard hooked up to our synth, does the volume control the volume and the hold control the hold? Well, that happens with a normal synthesizer. Does it happen with a MIDI controller or not? Let's find out. Our synth is up and running with our brass patch, and down here now we're looking at our MIDI controller, and we want to see if we get the hold effect. So we press a key, We press the whole pedal and we release it, and we get no hold effect. None whatsoever. No hold whatsoever do we get. We put our foot on the volume pedal and we press a key. We push the volume pedal down and up, and we get absolutely no volume change because this is a MIDI controller and the various elements are sent out separately with the control change numbers. So therefore we do have the functionality of the pedal interface, which means that we have both a momentary as well as a variable foot control, which we can assign on our wonderful synth to anything that we want to assign it to. If we feel like using it for volume, we can use that variable voltage which we just saw on the voltmeter, pass that through a VCA and regulate the volume with the foot pedal. But we don't have to use the foot pedal for the volume. We can do some sort of timbral change like a wah-wah pedal or any other kind of change we can want. And the same thing with the hold pedal. If we want to use it for hold, we'll find a way to do that. But if we don't want to use it for hold, we'll patch our synth some other way and use the whole situation for whatever we want. As a matter of fact, I'm thinking of using the hold pedal to move my slide, what do you call, touch controller up an octave so that I can get some more octave out of my wonderful touch controller, which you see sitting on top of the, actually it's a ribbon controller, that's what they call it, ribbon controller. So you'll see me playing that in another video, but right now we're just trying to show you how using your MIDI interface creatively, you may not actually need to buy the pedal interface module. Of course, if you want to run more pedals and you want to have a bigger synth, by all means buy the pedal, and while you're at it, why not buy the switch, AB switch, and maybe a preset module as well. The more the merrier. Maybe I'll add another cabinet one of these days. Anyhow, for right now I'm capable of patching up most of what I want to patch up, and we need to make some more videos to show that happening. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon again.